So it's Friday afternoon. It's absolutely chucking itself down outside. It's really, really cold. We've just come in from a spa morning. Myself and Louise have been out to our local town to a hotel to have a spa morning. So I spent the morning swimming and in the hot tub. Louise just spent her morning in the hot tub and teasing all the waiters and the chaps in the hotel because quite frankly she is so lovely. So they were all coming out of the kitchen to have a look at her when she ordered her pizza. So now it's the last day of my annual leave and it's Friday afternoon task of meal prep for next week for all the lunches and all the main meals and shopping. What a task. So I use for my meal prep one of these guides where it has all your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on the side it's got a shopping list. My cookery books, I've got loads and I've got a cupboard full of cookery books, but I generally use Joe Wicks. I've got all three of his cookery books and the Hairy Bikers, and I've got quite a few of those as well. I also use Tom Kerridge, Mary Berry, or use things offline or friends. I've got a friend who really likes cooking, Claire. We swap recipes quite a lot. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, quite a lot of influence during my cooking. For years now, I've cooked from scratch. We always have home cooked food wherever we can, and that's getting more and more now. So I very rarely have a pre-packed meal. Occasionally, if we're coming in late or something, we might have fish and chips or a pizza, or for the odd treat once or twice a year we might have an Indian or a Chinese, but it's very, very rare. So I like to cook all my meals complete from scratch, and quite often do batch cooking as well. So I might cook a whole chicken, have what we want for a roast, then strip it off and use for a curry, and then strip off even more and use for a chicken soup or something like that. So out of one extra large chicken, I can probably get 3 meals out of that for the three of us. Now I am very, very stingy. I take after my granddad, who would travel all over Cardiff to get things at the cheapest price. So I do take after him. Now, as a family, we have been, since Christmas time, we've been trying really, really hard to improve our diets, lose a bit of weight, and lower our blood pressure. I joined an online gym club at Christmas time, and they talked a lot about portion control. So, and they sold these little portion boxes. Now these were advertised, these were spoken about last week on the ITV on the programme Save Money, Lose Weight. So we ordered some and we've been trying to use those in the last couple of days. So basically what you do, you get this really handy little guide that gives you an equation that you can use to work out how many boxes of these you specifically are able and supposed to have one in one day. So you have green for veggies, you have purple for fruits, there's yellow for carbs, blue is for healthy fats, there's a couple of little orange ones for seeds and dressings. What other colours have we got? We've got red is for protein. So they don't actually look a lot, but I made Hairy Bikers turkey burgers in the week, and the mince for one burger, which was quite a size, probably about over a centimetre thick and kind of this round in circumference. The meat fitted into one of those. So I had one of those, and that was really enough for me. And I made a homemade coleslaw, and I used this to do the veggies. And for a portion of coleslaw for the three of us, the carrot was just not enough to fill that. The white cabbage filled that. Onion, I used spring onions that I used up in the fridge, and the courgette that I had from making the turkey burgers was just a slither over at the bottom. So, and that did the three of us. And for our dressings, for the whole lot, for the three of us, I used 2 of those, and each person is allowed 1 of those dressings a day. So you can see that is actually quite a lot. Now, yesterday I did an experiment with the rice. I usually use a cup to measure my rice, and I use a Pampered Chef cup. 1/3 of a cup of rice I usually allow per person, and that does enough for 1 meal for 1 person. So 1 cup is 1 person's serving. When I transferred this into the carbs, the 1/3 of a cup didn't fill that. So that was quite a lot. I also filled it with dried whole wheat pasta. Didn't look like a lot, but when I cooked it, it was enough to fill a bowl full, so you could have some with some cheese sauce on, or as part of a pasta salad or something like that for lunch. Possibly not enough to have for a main meal if you're doing a spaghetti bolognese and that's all you're having, but if you're having that as part of a salad or something, then that would be enough. So what I like to do is go through my cookery books, find out what we need to have, write it on my plan, write it on my list, and then shop, and then I'll hand the shopping list over to Louise and she'll fill it full of her biscuits and crap and everything that she likes to have. She takes for sandwiches for work and that kind of thing, and then I will buy my toiletries on top. So also this week, as I said, I am extremely stingy with my money, and I like to recycle. I like to, do the whole eco thing. There's a new shop in the town where we live that is a refill shop. And I bought this on Tesco a couple of shops ago, and this cost £1. So in there you get 500 millilitres. In the refill shop, I filled this up for 99p. And it's actually really good washing up liquid. Smells like ginger. This is a ginger one. There was an ordinary one also that you could buy. But they sold things like hot chocolate, they sold tea, they sold all your flour, your rices, your pasta, your nuts, quite a lot of cereal. They also sold some fruit and veg. I got a massive bunch of bananas that were, on the turn in there for, he sold me those for 50p. So I've sliced those up, frozen them, and they're in my freezer so that I can make in my smoothies. So I'll put the link in my description. That's in my local town. But if you've got a refill shop near you, go and use it. I know Mrs. Hinch uses hers quite a lot. She did a video of hers yesterday. So go and use it. If you don't have bottles or containers or jars for your spices, they do have them in there that you can buy. Or some people have taken their trigger bottles in and they've left them in a box, and you can use those as well. So I'm going to sit and do my meal planning, and I'll come back in a bit and show you what I've got. So I've done my shopping list and my online order through the Tesco's app. It took me about a quarter of an hour. I couldn't get a delivery slot tomorrow, so I've got one on Sunday evening, but that's okay. So I filled it all up with what we're going to have next week. Done my shopping, so we've got turkey breast and a herby sauce, sizzling sausages and beans, prawn and courgette linguine, a lasagna, a fish pie, a steak, and then a roast. And then for lunches, we've got bread and cheese and crackers and all things like peanut butter and things like that. But I'm going to make a potato and cheese butterfly chicken salad. We've got hummus and pita and I think I'm going to make some rice pudding, possibly tomorrow, or I'll do that in my slow cooker of my Arga, and then Louise can take some. I'll get some little pots and she can take some rice pudding. And also I've got quite a lot of fruit, so I'll make up some fruit pots. So that's how I do my shopping. I am quite stingy. I like to home cook. I like to batch cook where I can. Most of all, I like to be prepared. And that way I find that all of us stay healthy. I make sure we eat all of the things that we need to eat. There are some treats in there that Louise and Bill will probably eat. But by doing it online, I find that I can go out and do the things that I want to do, like the swimming and the, meeting with friends. And I don't actually have to spend my days off walking round a supermarket with everybody else. So it's a win-win on all occasions. Cheers, bye.